What's going on, everyone? As you've seen from the title, this YouTube video will be about Thursday night football best bets. That is the San Francisco 49ers going into Seattle in a division game on December 15th. Let's get into it. All right. So, first off, you kind of want to look at the spots, all right? The spread, 49ers coming off back-to-back great wins, almost shut out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we have a struggling Seahawks team that just lost to the Carolina Panthers. Now they're going on a short week, staying at home, so they didn't have to travel, so that they're staying at home, short week versus what looks to be the second best team in the NFC right now, and I think that's fair play. I think no one's better than the Eagles right now, and then behind them it's the 49ers in the NFC. It has to be. The Vikings are an option, but as a Vikings fan, I'm very scared of the 49ers, even with Brock Purdy. But the Seahawks 7-6. This is a hungry Seahawks. This is a must-win game. It's going to be loud in that stadium. Pete Carroll's a great head coach. Geno Smith has been playing great football. The running backs are all banged up, so I'm not even going to get into that. But you have arguably the best receiving core or the receiving duo, I should say, in Metcalf and Lockett. And I kind of like that plus. So I should have said the spread earlier. Spread, Seahawks are getting +3, 3.5, depending on the book. If your book only has 3, buy it to 3.5 because I'm on the Seahawks. All right, so that was even without looking at the money, at where the handles are, where the money handles are. And when you look at the money handles, San Francisco is getting pounded. The public is all over this 49ers team, and for good reason. They just look really good. But Brock Purdy suffering an oblique injury. He's questionable as of right now as I'm recording, but I'll tell you right now, Vegas knows what the injuries are, right? They know who's playing and who's not right now. We don't, obviously, but Vegas does. So I wouldn't play too much into that. He's probably going to play with the spread only being 3. But yeah, banged up. No Deebo Samuel either for the 49ers. So I'm rocking with the Seahawks +3, 3.5. If your book has it 3.5, get it. Because even though all the money's going to be on the 49ers, I guarantee you the line moves as if money was on the Seahawks. So get 3.5 while you can. Another bet that I like in this game, I mentioned before, no Deebo Samuel, all right? Deebo Samuel was someone Brock Purdy was relying on heavily. In that first game when he came in, he gave Deebo 10 targets, and then with a full game script, he only threw 21 times, but he targeted Deebo Samuel 5 times in that game. And the Seahawks are terrible versus Yak, so I like Christian McCaffrey to get what Deebo Samuel has been doing. Brandon Ayuk, I like to think of him more as a downfield wide receiver, so I like Christian McCaffrey to make up that target share that Deebo was getting with Brock Purdy. So I do like Christian McCaffrey over 38.5 receiving yards, that is, receiving yards, 38.5 receiving yards. And this prop isn't out yet, but on a short week, we've seen the 49ers since they got CMC this year. We've seen them use CMC very carefully, all right? They're not trying to work him. They were using Elijah Mitchell. He got hurt. Now they're using Jordan Mason. On a short week, I expect Mason to get not a lot. Obviously, CMC is going to be their go-to guy, but I expect Mason to get around 10 carries in this one. Short week, and they've been managing CMC very well so far with his track record of injuries. So it's not out yet. I suspect it will be around 50 yards. So I like Jordan Mason to get 50 yards. I will post that play on Instagram and Twitter at TARP Sports just because it's not out as of right now. And then I had 2 touchdowns. Well, I have 1 definite touchdown scorer for you guys, all right? I really like Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown in this one. The Seahawks are terrible versus running backs, so I like him to get in. But also just because I said earlier, I think he's going to get a lot of those targets that Deebo was getting. So I like him to get a lot of more work, even though I think they're managing him. I think Mason and CMC will both get a lot more work. And then for the Seahawks, their run game is so banged up, but this 49ers run defense is really good as is. So you kind of want to look for a touchdown score for them to be in the receiving game. 49ers shut down the tight end, so I'm not looking at them as an option. And lastly, you're stuck with probably the 2 most probable guys to score on this team are the wide receivers, Lockett and DK Metcalf. Lockett, I think, scored 6 or 7 weeks in a row. DK Metcalf, more of a bigger guy, but the 49ers don't allow a lot of air yards, so I don't think it will be Tyler Lockett, although the first time they played this season, Tyler Lockett was a lot better than DK Metcalf, but I like DK Metcalf. I'm not bullish on it though. All right, so I like to pick a touchdown score for in prime time for each team. I lean DK Metcalf, but I can be sold on Tyler Lockett also if you show me the right stuff. But I'm not bullish on. I'm bullish on everything else I spoke on, but not Lockett or DK Metcalf to score a touchdown. But if I do have to pick someone, it will be one of them, and I lean DK Metcalf. So then, that's that. I wanted to make a same game parlay to post on here with CMC touchdown over in yards, Seahawks alternate spread around +10, and I want to add Jordan Mason rushing yards, but that's not an option as of right now because they don't have Jordan Mason's rushing yards on here, and it's annoying. But I want to get this out on Wednesday night. That's when I'm recording, so I'll also post that on Instagram and Twitter at TARP Sports if you're not already following. Thank you for tuning in. Let's win some Gitas. Follow us, TARP Sports, Instagram and Twitter, man. Putting out free picks daily.